As I read your short essays, I found that all of you have come here for different reasons. But I think one very key reason is that you want to know what is Dizigui about and how can Dizigui apply in our life. See, very often our life is too busy. We are too busy running around, doing different things that may not be that important to us, but which are very urgent. So if we can summarize our lifestyle into these 4 quarters, according to Stephen Covey, quarter 1 is that we live a lifestyle that's constantly handling things that are urgent and important. And in quarter 2, we're constantly handling things that are not so urgent but important. We put our time in this quarter 2 to do things that are important but may not seem urgent at this point. And then quarter 3 are things that are urgent and not important. They look very urgent, but they're actually not so important. And then in quarter 4, we spend on our time on things that are not urgent and not important. So very few of us lived in quarter 2. Not urgent, but important. Most of us live in quadrant 1, 3, and 4. Especially during holidays, we do things in quadrant 4. Not urgent and not important, for instance, window shopping. We just like to get our mind off this very, what we call troublesome work environment, troublesome family, things that keep bothering us. So if we can put these quadrants into words, excuse me, I need to shut down my Skype. Skype is something that is urgent but not important. So when I am doing my serious work, I usually shut down my Skype. But very often I don't have this leisure because people communicate with me through Skype. So I'll be doing one thing but Skyping with people from all over the world. Right? And still I get things done, so that's good. Now, let's put them in words. Understand what is important and what matters in our life. Now, in quadrant 1, there are things that are what we call classified as crisis. Okay. They are what we call pressing problems, deadline-driven projects. We are driven by deadlines. We are driven by a lot of these ad hoc things. Right? And Q1 and Q3 are very close to each other. How we have crisis? We have crisis because we have interruptions. And where the interruptions come from? Calls, okay, and mails, reports, meetings, especially meetings. Meetings waste a lot of our time. Now, the smart people, they meet in order to approve actions. But most of us meet to discuss things that we have never thought before, and we use meetings to iron out our thoughts, which waste a lot of people's time. We have department meetings that involve 6 departments, and one department came on rambling about their departmental expenses, which is something that they should discuss before they come to the meeting. And it is something that 2 of them should discuss and then go over with the CEO, okay, and get it decided it didn't even have to go through the departments because the other departments have no authority over it, and they have no jurisdiction over this matter whatsoever. But they brought this up in our meeting, and then they started from very small matter, what it cost, and then in the end it will cost how much money. And then we had to sit there and listen for half an hour. And then our CEO will have to talk to them, and it's another 15 minutes. So for almost an hour, we're just talking about something which can be decided on their own. So these sort of meetings cost us a lot of time. Now for meetings which are in private, which we meet with people in private, we ask them out for a tea, ask them out for a chat, and so on. Now these chats, before we know it, also take up a lot of our time. And the more calm I become, I used to be a 事常常忙. When you 忙, you become a 忙, cannot see where you're going anymore. Then the 忙, the first 忙 is your heart die. That's the first busy. When you are busy, it means that your heart is dead. 心死了，要忙。Then as you become busier and busier, your eyes become dead. When your eyes are dead, it means you become blind. You can't see things clearly. And as we continue, without aware of it, constantly living in quarter 1 and quarter 3, you start to become 茫然, become lost. Lost in the ocean, lost in the water. So I changed my approach a little bit, starting from last year, the end of last year. I started to actually calm my mind down and listen carefully to what people were so uptight about. Just to give you an example, we have study time at night that goes from 7:30 to 9:30, and the study venue is the library. So the librarian has to open up the library for our staff who want to study in the library. Now the librarian recently is not that happy because she found out that the person who would replace her to look after the library did not switch off the dehumidifier when they left, and they opened the back windows, which caused the dust to come in. You know how we are very passionate about our work, right? So these books are the librarian's children. They are her children, so she was very upset because as you open the window, the moisture comes in, the insects will come in, and the dust will come in, and she will have to do a lot of things to fix these problems. And because we are located beside a lake, there are a tremendous amount of humidity. So she was very upset, and she said, I don't want to open the library anymore. Now, things can be fixed, right? So we have to calm her down. And now I have to start talking to her, okay? I must let her know that things can be solved, okay? And we don't need to take drastic actions against every other department. So we need to talk to the department head, okay, who's supposed to take care of the library on her behalf, that her staff need to be responsible for taking care of the library. It is not that difficult, right? But when we have confrontational attitudes towards each other, every single easy matters become difficult. Have you ever faced a person who you don't like or you have bad experience working with him? Just by talking to him said, 你可以拿那给我吗? Can you bring that to me? You don't feel like saying this to that person. As if that person is your mortal enemy. That if you talk to him, either he will kill you or you kill him. Or you just don't even bother once to talk to him. So it was a very minor matter, but because they were not on good, really that close terms with each other, they don't feel like talking to each other. Including the head of department's son was brought into the library, but the father did not really look after the kid, so other staffs become the nanny for the kid. So it became an issue also. And it so happened the father was the head of a department. So nobody really wanted to really, bring it up, but they get very upset inside. Now, are these difficult issues? They're not that difficult, but because we are always like in a crisis mode, in an anxiety mode, in a confrontational mode. But in fact, we're all one family. If you have learned to live with your brothers and sisters, but unfortunately a lot of children now, they're brought up in a single child, one child family. They don't get the experience of working with brothers and sisters. If we can see each other as brothers and sisters, we can help out. There was also an issue brought up whereby the staffs who use the library at night would like to borrow books, which to me, if I'm a library, I'll be very happy, right? Why would I want to have a library? For cosmetic purpose? No, I would love to have people who come to use the library. I would love to have people to borrow the books. However, the librarian feels that it will mean OT for her. And she's not sure that she wants to do that. Okay, so she feels that, since they are here the whole day, why not use the daytime to borrow the books? You know that it's a matter of convenience, isn't it? So he's here, this person came into your library, he took out a book, he read it, he loves it. So at that point, he comes to you and says, can I borrow this book? If you say yes, then you make him, you convenient him, right? So you say, no, come back tomorrow at office hours. So you know that your borrowed items cannot be put back to the shelf on your own. Only the librarian can do that because you don't know where they are put. So all the books that you took out from the shelf have to be returned to a rack, and the librarians will put back the books for you. So there is this guy, right? He has to put the book back onto the return book rack. And okay, when he went back tomorrow, he might forget, or he might not have the time, or he might not think about these things, and therefore he did not come. But let's say he did come back, okay? So he said, oh, I would like to borrow what and what book. So what does the librarian has to do? He or she has to go and look for the book. Isn't that time? So just when she thought she could be more efficient, she would spend more time in borrowing the same book. She would have to spend 3 times as much time to service the client. So are we using our time effectively? May not look efficient, but she can even do it this way. Whether she can put a book, a logbook. Since I cannot switch on the operating system tonight at night time, I put on a logbook. You just need to tell me your name, actually your library card number, which is better, and the barcode, the book. Just need the barcode or the label at the back. Okay, and then I could fill in the details tomorrow when I come to work. It doesn't even cost me any effort. So if we can calm ourselves down and live in quarter 2, we can actually do a lot more things in less time. Right? So in quarter 2, we are doing preventive things, prevention activities, relationship building. Now, the cases I just mentioned, it's about relationship building, isn't it? Now this person, the borrower, knows that you have gone all the way out to help him or her. Do you not think he will appreciate you? He will say, oh, she's such a nice person, even though, it's not her time, office hours to service us, and yet she put out the extra effort to help us. So the next time you want to ask her or him for a favor, they will definitely help you. It's how we build relationship. You go a little extra miles for that person, and that person will go a little bit extra miles for you. It's not like you have to go back to your dorm and then come home, or you have to drive 5 miles to come to the library. You were there. So it was just a very simple act of kindness. So if we live in Q2, recognize new opportunities, planning, and for the recreation, then works become a pleasure. Confucius once said, but by the way, a lot of people say Confucius say a lot of things. If you're confused, say it's Confucius say this. If you're not sure, just say Confucius say this. And apparently Confucius said this. He said, if you found a job that you liked, you will never have to work again. If you found a job you like, you will never have to work again, because that job has become the love of your life. You no longer see work as work. It becomes your life. So whether we want to live our life as a compass or as a clock, a compass means you have mission, you have direction, you have values. You know what you feel matters the most. But if you live your life like a clock, it represents your appointments, one after another. It represents your schedules, activities, just a matter of how you manage your time. Compass, on the other hand, knows how you feel. Clock means you don't know how you feel. You're just filling up your life with schedule, appointments, time after time. So compass represents effectiveness, clock represents efficiency. Efficiency is production, okay, without waste. Being productive without any waste, that's efficiency. Effectiveness means produce a decided, decisive, or desired effect. It may look like you are spending a lot of time, but the result will turn out to help you to reduce the time, especially in human relationships. Efficiency with people is ineffective. Let's say I want to give you an instruction. I said, go and bring me a camera. It's very efficient, right? Go and bring me a camera. But you did not tell that person what camera, where to take that camera. And there could be 2 similar cameras from the camera storeroom. Okay? So he didn't know, and then he just went. There are times we also did not ask questions. We get an instruction from our superior, and then we quickly go without asking questions. We went there and looked, there were 10 cameras that look alike. Okay, and you're not sure which one to take, which one is hers or his. So you brought the wrong camera, and then you get scolded. Now, as the boss scolds you, he also have to explain to you further what kind of camera was he looking for. So he will have to spend twice as much time. You also have to spend twice as much time because you did not ask proper questions. So efficiency does not represent effectiveness. But if right from the beginning, he explained to you very carefully what it looks like, there's some specialties about this camera and where is it placed, it will save you a lot of time. It will also save him a lot of time. So it doesn't really matter how fast you're going if you are heading in the wrong direction. You may be an excellent swimmer, but if you swim in the wrong direction, soon you will drown. Okay? But if you are not a very good swimmer, but you know exactly where you're going, you know how to get help. okay, and reach there. So the important things, you kind of put first thing first. And the first thing in our life and to anybody's life is to sow a character. It's to cultivate a character that can help us to withstand all the challenges that we may face in life. What are the challenges we'll face in life? Examinations, careers, relationship, men and women's relationship, spousal relationship, that means husband and wife relationship, especially husband and wife relationship. Now ladies, for you who are married, if I were to ask you, if you have a chance to do it again, would you marry the same man? How come only 2? Only 2 are married? No, I don't think so. And only 2 are very sure. The rest didn't dare to do anything. Okay, men, for you who are married, if you have to do the same thing again, have a chance to do it all over again, would you marry the same woman? Don't move. The women are watching. I know your answer. Well, that's the whole point. But when you were dating this man or this woman, if at that point your parents said, if you marry this person, I will sever our relationship, what would you say? Go ahead. I'm going to marry this person anyway. So years later, you come back and tell your mom, you're right, Mom. But most of us did not dare to go back and tell Mom you are right? So what do? Suffer? No, we work things out, okay? So important thing is we sow our character first. Because we don't know what we want in life. We don't know what is right, what is wrong, how to build relationships. So we make a lot of mistakes. So we got to grasp principles, certain principles in life, because people will pass away, things will come and go, but principles never will. They endure. It's just like a tree. Character is the source of life. Character is our root. The branches, the leaves, the fruits are just our personality. Okay, today we only look at people's personality. We forgot what is beneath this personality. This facade is actually something that needs to be firmly grounded. Because our character, okay, is determined by our attitude. It starts with our attitude, the way we look at life. Our attitude will determine our behavior. And our behavior will determine our habits, our way of doing things. And our habits will determine our character. And our character will determine our fate. So if you go to a fortune teller and fortune teller tell you you have a very bad fate, what do you have to do? You have to change your attitude. So we start with changing the attitude. So how do we change the attitude? To change our attitude, we change from within first, starting with the people and the things that are closest to us, and which is relationship. And what matters most in our life is actually relationship. Whether we succeed or fail depends on if we can build good relationship with people or not. So what are the 5 relationships that are fundamental to our existence? Parents and children, husband and wife, brothers and sisters, leaders and followers, and friendship. So these are the 5 important relationships that we have. And human is basically a social being. Without another human being, we cannot really can be said as a human being, because human being, 人类, has to live with another being. But how do we learn? And how do we help others to learn? So learning is a very important process. The 礼记学记 on the subject of education, from this book called the Book of Rights, says that if you want to establish a nation and build its people, you have to start with education. 建国军民，教学为先。建 means build the country, a nation. Okay, 君 means rule, the people. Jiao is to teach. 学 is to learn. Together means education. "教学为先", 为 is being, 先 is primary, or it's a priority. So in learning Dizigui, just as it's important, to teach our children or teach other people about the virtues contained in Dizigui, we also must learn. Because there are two components about teaching. One is learning, one is to teach. So teaching is half of learning, learning is half of teaching. Okay? We teach to learn, we learn to teach. 教育 this word 教育 教 represented by two crosses. Okay, our teachers, our elders, our parents. The two person, they teach, and this little child kneeling down to accept the teaching. Humbly, respectfully receive these teachings from above. And the elders and the teachers and the parents not only have to teach the child, this is a twig. Okay, symbolized like a hand. This is a twig, using the twig to supervise the child. So they teach, and they learn, and they supervise. So we got this part right, we teach, and so we learn. It's this part that got us angry and impatient. It is supervision. Okay? Because it's easy to teach and it may be easy to learn, but to supervise this person all your life, especially these are your children, it takes a lot of patience. But the component of jiao is necessary that all these three must be there. And yu means, yu is to help him to overcome his shortcoming, but encourage the child to develop their strength. So together it means teach and learn and to help a person to develop his or her strength while overcoming their shortcomings. This is the full meaning of jiao yu in according to ancient Chinese teaching. It is yu. So the spirit of education, in the spirit of education, there is a primary premise that we must put this in our heart, according to the Confucian school. Humans by nature are born good and pure, but bad habits set them apart. You got to believe in this. Right? Failing to teach them their good nature will move further away from its original good self. Now, when all things fail, you got to remember this, that human nature are born good and pure. 人之初，性本善. But bad habits set them apart. 性相近，习相远. Failing to teach them, 苟不教, their good nature will move further away. 性乃迁. So when we see people who seemingly misbehave, it's because they were not brought up properly, they were not educated and helped by a good teacher. Now, why do we say teacher? You say, I'm not a teacher, I'm a manager. A manager is also a teacher because you have to teach your staff. You have to teach your staff how to do things. You have to teach your staff to excel, and you even have to teach your staff to become better than you, so that you can do your work easier. You can also expand your scope. So you have to be a teacher. No matter which profession we are in, you are a teacher. The minute you tell somebody something, how to behave, how to do something, you are a teacher. So a teacher will help his or her students to stop from being wicked and change from deluded to becoming more understanding, and change from ordinary to remarkable. Today we see anybody, whether he's an adult or child, you must believe that this person can do remarkable things. Otherwise, this remarkable person put in your hand will become a wasted piece of wood. So in Chinese we call 天才会被你变成废材，只是你要把废材变成天才。So parents are the first teachers of children, but teachers can help to change a child to restore his or her original goodness when parents cannot. And it's a fact that parents have difficulties teaching children because of the immense emotional attachment. So in chapter 1, we need to talk about this. Why our parents have this emotional attachment to their children, and why children have difficulty, following and obeying their parents. And teachers should step in. Right? So the layout of Dizigui help us to understand this relationship. Okay? And the layout of this Dizigui into 7 chapters. We take out the first part, which is the overall layout for the book. The book is being divided into 7 chapters. Okay? Chapter 1 is about filial piety. Chapter 2 is about brotherly love. Chapter 3 is cautious in daily life, management of self. Now, just now Mr. Lee went through chapter 3 with you, right? How was it? Practical? All the rules in there can be applied to our life. And chapter 4 is a very important chapter, being trustworthiness. 信, so 信用的信. Without trustworthiness, all these relationships will not work. No matter how beautifully we say it, but if we cannot keep our promises in the righteous way, all this cannot be implemented. And 5, after we can handle ourselves, we can be trustworthy, we can start loving all. We can extend this love to other people. And we need virtuous people to guide us. These virtuous people can be the saints and sages from the classics, from the books, or from the virtuous people who happen to be in your life. In other words, find a mentor who you can trust, a mentor who you will follow because he or she is truly wise. And lastly, so we have talents, we have virtues, and now we need to acquire skills and knowledge, because it's not enough just to have virtues. You got to have abilities as well. Okay? So I want to show a clip here. Dizigui in the Hainan prison. That the Hainan prison used Dizigui to help to reform the prisoners.
这是从未有过的真情流露，这是发自内心的真诚忏悔。从昔日无知的浪子，到今日追悔的囚徒，是什么敲开了他们紧闭的心门？又是什么唤醒了他们泯灭的爱与良知？敬请收看《第一线》，迟来的爱。
我手里这本书的名字叫《弟子规》啊，这个现在的学生可能对它比较陌生。过去什么《三字经》《百家姓》《千字文》什么《弟子规》，这都是开蒙的一些读物。这本书里边有2句话，叫“身有伤，贻亲忧；德有伤，贻亲羞”。什么意思呢？说这个人呢，身体受到伤害，父母呢就会非常的担忧。可是如果德行上出现了问题，就会让父母蒙羞。 我刚才讲了，这本书呢，可能现在有很多人都没有读过。但是呢，您别看这个薄薄的小册子，就是这个小册子里的内容，让很多在监狱服刑的人是浪子回头。所以您很奇怪了，这到底是一本什么样的书？它为什么会具有如此神奇的力量呢？
这些情景 发生在海口监狱的亲情帮教会上，许多服刑人员在这次会上真诚地忏悔着自己的过去。他们用这种方式表达着对亲人和警官的歉意与感激。这个目光中充满关切的人叫张发，是海南省司法厅的副厅长。他始终关注着每个人的表情和变化， 因为这一切都跟他有着解不开的缘。从昔日无知的浪子到今天忏悔的囚徒，究竟是什么使他们发生了如此巨大而深刻的变化呢？说起其中的缘由，还要回到2年前。2006年4月，海南省监狱系统做出了一个许多人都难以理解的决定，在监狱中开展传统文化教育。 外人并不知道，事实上，在这个看似寻常的活动背后，有着一个非同寻常的目的。而这次活动的提议者和促成者，正是张发。这几年，每逢在媒体上看到刑满释放人员再次犯罪的消息，张发心里总是深感不安。
为什么刑满释放不久又重新犯罪呢？就是除了他自身的原因之外，我感到 我们抓监狱工作的同志，在对罪犯教育改造工作存在着值得深思的问题。
以往监狱对犯人的思想改造主要以政治学习和法治教育为主，可是张发洞察到，这种教育和改造方式并没能从根本上解决问题。
一个人犯罪， 说到底是在起心动念处出现了问题。从现象上看，在行为触犯了法律，但是根源在于他思想道德这块，早早地埋下了祸根。
但是，什么才能在人的起心动念处起到作用呢？张发陷入了艰难的深思中。 这个红衣青年叫赖明涛，海口市人，因贷款诈骗罪被判入狱7年。其实，赖明涛也曾有过骄人的过去。大学毕业后，他在工作上小有成就， 但是为了追求更大、更快速的成功，赖明涛开始不择手段，金钱成了他唯一的目标。2002年，赖明涛利用伪造资料向银行贷款20万元，
就像白粉一样嘛，拥有足够的利润去诱使我当时被欲望迷昏的脑袋嘛，我已经控制不住自己了。
导致赖明涛走上歧路的，正是他心中膨胀的贪欲和名利的诱惑。
所以说我感到，从一个人的犯罪规律上来讲，这种教育一定要深到他的灵魂深处。
现在的赖明涛是监狱新生广播站的广播员，他的脸上充满了宁静和自信。而刚入狱时，赖明涛却极度消沉。春风得意和阶下囚这两种不同境遇，在他身上形成了巨大的反差，而他根本无法接受这个现实。
好像前途什么都没了，还曾经有一度沉沦，甚至有自杀、轻生的这种念头。
当张发沉浸在教育如何才能触及灵魂时，他受到了一个触动。这个触动来自于他经常接触的传统文化。他猛然想到，如果把优秀的传统文化，尤其是伦理道德教育，植入监狱的思想改造中，会不会起到标本兼治的效果呢？
任何一种制度和法律的后面，都有一个比它更高的一种东西来支撑它。那么我们认为，法律的背后是道德。
在光强调法治教育是必要的，但是伦理道德的缺失，这是治本的问题，缺德就要补德。
不过，这是个大胆而又冒险的想法。想法刚一提出，张发就受到了来自各方面的质疑和阻力。
有的说传统文化有很多糟粕的东西，5000多年了，能行吗？
尽管仍有许多人在怀疑和观望，但是不久之后，在司法厅领导的支持下，这个想法很快就在海口监狱开始了试行。而被甄选出来的教材，则是这本名叫《弟子规》的小册子。
它是过去古代用来教育就是5、6岁、6、7岁的小孩的，叫同盟养正的一个读本。一开始不要说普通民警，就连我也很多疑惑。
《弟子规》出于清朝，它主要讲述了日常生活中人们应有的礼仪与规范，特别是家庭教育和生活教育。这本书在当时影响之大，诵读之广，仅次于《三字经》。
我感觉我真的当时以为我是快得精神病的时候，因为监狱这个领导还有干警们，然后他们就推荐我，让我去学习这东西。
和其他人一样，赖明涛坐到了学习传统文化的课堂上。然而，此时的学习对他而言不过是耳边风。尽管诵读声在耳边一遍遍响起，赖明涛却仍旧沉浸在自己的痛苦里。
上课我就睡觉，我真的不想背这东西，我认为我这人已经废掉了。
赖明涛萎靡不振的另一个主要原因是他入狱后一直没有见过家人。2007年4月的一天，赖明涛很意外地被叫去参加亲情帮教会。此时的他还不太清楚，这实际上也是监狱传统文化教育的一个重要内容。而这次帮教会也将成为改变他日后生活的第一个转折点。
我看到我父亲母亲的时候，我不敢相信自己的眼睛，他们两个头发都白了，我老爸他的背也脱了。
10个月没见到亲人，赖明涛一度担心自己会被家人抛弃，因而极度绝望。就在看到家人的这个瞬间，他产生了一种崩裂的感觉。面对亲人的关怀和鼓励，赖明涛羞愧万分。
向爸爸、老婆、女儿再次说一句对不起，请你们原谅。
我整个人就崩溃了，以前的那种思想完全就崩塌了。
在监狱里，像赖明涛这样在亲情的触动下产生忏悔之心的服刑人员不在少数，而监狱 也正试图通过尽孝这样一种形式，让服刑人员去体会《弟子规》中的人伦思想，并将孝道作为出发点和突破口。其目的就是从最基本的做人、做子女的道理开始，重新挖掘、找回服刑人员本性中被掩埋的爱与良知。
我们中华民族就是讲，孝就是整个道德的根本。你在家里连父母都不孝顺、不爱的人，你说我要爱别人，这个是没有基础的、没有根的一句话。
真正的孝呢，应该说是一种让父母放心、宽心，然后对你平时为人处事呢认可。
帮教会之后，赖明涛渐渐留意到，身边的警官们似乎和过去不太一样了。他们身上正发生着某种明显的变化，这引起了赖明涛的好奇。
警官们现在跟我们说话呢，不会像以前那么冲，因为他们也会他跟我们可以说是用交流，而不是用一种命令的那种心态。然后你首先在这一点上做一个示范，因为我们觉得，当时我就觉得这个传统文化是什么东西啊，可以让起了那么大的变化。
好奇之心促使赖明涛开始重新审视这本小册子和这次传统文化教育。事实上，那些让赖明涛感到诧异的来自警官们的悄然变化，并非偶然，它的背后另有来历。
我们悟出了一个非常重要的道理，就是教育者首先受教育。
这是经过深思熟虑之后，监狱决策层做出的又一个大胆决定。这个决定不但让所有的人吃惊，更让大家不理解，尤其是那些普通民警。教育者先受教育，这意味着警官们不但要和服刑人员一样学习传统文化，还要身体力行，成为他们的行为表率。而这在以往的监狱改造工作中从未有过。其实，在这个决定背后，还隐含着监狱决策层的另一个深思和认识。
道德教育不是知识教育，也不是政治教育。道德教育的特点，应当是用教育者的身教来带动。很多的民警对这个问题上有一点一时转不过来弯。
转不过来弯的人中，也包括时任监区长的万家乐。对于身边如火如荼的传统文化教育，万家乐始终没太在意。直到有一天，他被派往安徽庐江去参加传统文化的学习。
人与人之间那种，相敬如宾，那种尊重那种和谐，还有老师所讲的这个内容对讲的这个幸福人生、快乐人生。对我的启发感受是很深刻的。
短短几天的学习，万家乐内心深受触动。返回监狱后，他召开了一个座谈会。
我说呢，确实对你们这个上年纪的对你们身体上、生活上各方面可能关心不够作为一个监局长呢，我跟你们道歉。
万家乐的话极大地震动了服刑人员，他们备受感动，有人禁不住当场哭起来。
民警呢，往往是一种居高临下的姿态，强迫命令里说教。那么现在来讲呢，首先多了一份关切，多了一份对人格的尊重。
此后，万家乐开始身体力行，从身边的小事做起。他和服刑人员一起捡垃圾、打扫卫生，努力改善监区的环境和氛围。在他的带动下，监区的卫生和秩序渐渐有了明显的好转。
用我的这种身教，我的榜样，来让你看。那么效果是什么呢？从那以后开始，这个监区一个烟头都没有。
2007年9月4日，海口监狱举行了一场以孝道为主题的文艺晚会。这名表演者吴某，原是海南省某县的县委书记，因受贿罪被判入狱13年。刚入狱时，当惯了领导的吴某曾一度让周围的人难以接受。
身上有一种官气， 傲气。听民警对他们进行教育的时候，是大腿翘在二腿上，不停地在那晃来晃去。
最初，对于从《弟子规》开始的传统文化学习，吴某毫不在意。他认为，这对自己来说不过是小儿科。
但是呢，他搞错了。我们传统文化进监狱不是在学知识，是用一种同盟养正的最基本的规范。为人子，你到底该怎么做？
入狱后的第一次探家，吴某和母亲进行了彻夜长谈，直到凌晨5点。回房后，吴某一直无法入眠。当他走到院子里散步时，下意识地拿起了扫把。
我们家的院子，这个几十年来几乎都是我母亲扫的。
不知什么时候，吴某觉得身后有些异样。当他回头看去，不禁愣住了。原来年迈的母亲正在门口望着他，眼里充满了泪水。母子俩相互凝视了半天，谁也没开口。但吴某却惊讶地发现，母亲的眼神里有着一种从未有过的疑惑和激动。
他觉得这可能是孩子的一份孝心，而且这份孝心是以前没有表露过的，是从监狱带回来的一份孝心。
一件小事竟会引起母亲如此的反应，吴某颇感意外。此后每每回想起那一幕，他都会为自己给母亲带来的伤害而内疚和自责，而他的亲情之爱也就此被彻底激发出来。传统文化推行1年后，更多的服刑人员和警官身上发生了令人惊奇的变化。传统文化在监狱改造中产生出了超乎寻常的力量，将由亲情生发出来的爱和善转化成为对他人的理解、宽容与尊重。这正是张发想要达到的目的，在法治教育的同时，培养起服刑人员内心的道德律。
我想这2种效果加到我身上的话，可以让我以后出去不会再触犯刑法。
Every time I watch this movie, I came up with a new sense of understanding. I must have seen this over 10 times, but every time it gave me some insight and some reminder. I think it reminds me of what Mr. Zhang Fa said in the doctrine. 教育者要先受教育。A teacher must be taught first. An educator must be educated first. The prisoners did not have obvious result of change until the wardens they changed. They became more respectful and more caring of the prisoners. Likewise, if you are a leader or a manager, you need to lead so many staff to people. You need to care about them. You don't see them as a piece of machine or instrument to help you to accomplish a task. You see them first and foremost as a human being. Even though these men are prisoners, but they are first and foremost a human being. They have feelings too. They have talents too. So be sensitive towards their feelings. And many of them have come from unfortunate families. And even though we are not in prison, we are a prisoner of our own upbringing. This body, this whole consciousness that are embodied in this physical self is a prison to a lot of us. We have a lot of adults that are walking with wounds that they have not healed since the wounds were incurred during their youth. So this document reminds me that even as a teacher, we must first sort things out first. Sort out our own problems. Today, we tell our children to behave themselves, to be filial piety. The first 24 Chinese words in chapter 1 are the hardest to do for any children, including us. Now we look at chapter 1. And for those of you who know Chinese, 父母呼，父母管，父母命，行法；父母教，须敬听；父母责，须顺。So these 24 words actually set up the tone of Dizigui. We can accomplish this. We'll be able to actually touch the heart of anybody. The word xiao, the first relationship in this chapter, chapter 1, actually talks about the relationship between, literally means father and son. Okay, of course, in broad sense it means father and mother, or parents and children. So this is the first relationship that we have the most experience with. Who knows you the longest in your life? Who knows you the longest? Parents? And of the two parents, who knows you longer? Your mother. Our mother, right? Because you live inside her and she knows you since you were little self. She knows you, right? I know you're very big, but you live inside her. So she knows you for a very long time. So this is the first relationship we have in our life. And the way to handle this relationship is the parents must be loving. And this love, is not just emotional love. It's a love that has one component of soul, means accepting. Accepting with what? Accepting with a very understanding heart. A heart that can feel for your needs, for your pain and your joy. A heart that is very considerate, with an accepting, with an understanding heart. Unfortunately, the simplified Chinese took the heart out. So when you write the I as it is now, which means you accept it like a friend. So don't be too serious, okay? I today don't have a heart. The heart is missing. This is the traditional normal writing. This is the simplified writing. So there is no heart. 没有心的，现在的爱是没有心的。So this kind of loving from our parents are the genuine love. Parents are willing to die for their children. And in any crisis movie that I have watched, whenever there is a chance to survive, but they have to choose, the parents will always let the children go first. The parents are willing to die for the children. But I don't think the children are willing to die for the parents. All your friends are willing to die for you. You don't see that many. But with the natural relationship between parents and children, parents will do that kind of treatment. They will, with all their heart. Imagine what a mother goes through in order to give birth. The day a mother gives birth is the most dangerous day of her life. Thanks to modern medical care, a lot of difficult births were overcome by cesarean. In the older time, if you have difficult birth, there's only one way that will happen to you is to die. Okay? And the women will tell the doctor and say that it's okay for me to die, but you must save my child. mother would do things like that. And the mother would really carry through it. 你四川大地震的时候，那个earthquake in Sichuan, they excavated a woman. Literally, she was dead, but her position was this. She was covering for her baby. That everything falls on her back so that she could save her child. And there was an SMS just received that they dug out this handphone, and there was a message inside it that says, you know, child, I'm sorry I cannot live to see you, grow up. But I want you to know that I love you. Even at the end of the day, she leave a message for her child. Now this relationship, that the parents must be loving and caring. This is a very natural relationship. And then how should the children behave? The children are good to their parents. And as children, we should understand that our parents give up a lot of things for us, and the least we could do is to be good to them. And obey and comply. This word 孝, therefore this word 孝 actually contains two words. Not the author Lao Tzu, but one is Lao, means the old, Zi means the young, okay, or the child. The old also means the ancestors, the past, also means the past, and this is the future. So the Chinese took these two words together, took this part out, and merged them to become this word 孝. Again, literally, a child receiving instructions, a child under the care of the elders. And to learn, contrary to what we are made to believe, learning in Chinese means two hands, again from our parents and teachers. Here is a child covered with uncertainties, covered by doubts, covered by questions. So our duty is to lift these doubts, these uncertainties from the head of this child so that he can be enlightened, he can be awakened. So 学 also was pronounced as 孝. And forward. 孝 means move, awaken. Originally, our child was masked by uncertainties, but through our guidance, we lift this out from the child's mind. Help him or her to become awakened. 这才是真正的教，他才能够学。So there are two components here. And the difficulties about telling our children to learn Dizigui, especially the first 24 characters, the child will first ask this: my parents got problems. Why should I be good to them when they have problems? In the Dizigui, it says, 亲憎我效方贤, means even when my parents do not like me, but being good to them, being filial to them is truly a noble act. It's true, the true filial piety. But if you ask our children And if they can give you honest answers, they will tell you, why should I? You say, but your mom, give up a lot of things for you. No, she's never at home. How about your father? Your father also give up and sacrifice a lot of things for you. No, my father, he go out and hardly see him. And they always quarrel. And my father and my mother always quarrel, they argue, but most importantly, they are not with me. So the child today, they cannot feel the presence of the parents. When we were growing up, either both parents will be on our side, or one of them will be on our side. They're always there. It's a very big sense of security. And I wasn't aware of that until I became a babysitter when I was in high school in Canada. I went over this house, and these two children, one of them was, I believe, was 6, the other one was 4. And the elder son, okay, would always ask me to read the same story over and over again. I wanted to ask him, don't you feel bored? Same story and same part. He would open the storybook and tell me, please can you read this for me? It's the same part every time. So I started to feel that what is important to him perhaps wasn't the story. It was the company. And as soon as I read the story, 5 minutes, wasn't even 5 minutes, he would fall asleep. I wasn't even sure he was falling asleep. Because I would take him, carry him, and put him back to his bed. Okay? But normally it was his younger brother who go to bed first. And he felt that when I carried his younger brother to go to bed, he felt that he must also need to be carried as well. So he would say, I give you the story, tell me the story. So I put his younger brother in bed, and then I'll tell him the story, and right away he would sleep. And then I'll take him up to his room, put him to sleep, put a blanket over him, and put a pad over his head. And he would be very happy. And his parents wasn't that bad, just that they need some time to go off. And they were at that time of their life that they need this assurance. What we can give the children is actually very simple assurance. To let them know that it's okay. Everything is fine. I'm here. I'm with you. No matter what happens, the door to my heart is always open to you. It's kind of assurance for our children. And for the children, in order for them to really believe in adults, just like in the movie, the wardens must change first. If we want them to believe in us, we must act as role models for them. Otherwise, this Dizigui will not work. When we first learned Dizigui, like everybody else, we use this as a kind of new form of whip, new form of cane. And we chase after the kid with this book. Then in 2004, when Teacher Chai came to Malaysia and gave a talk, he told us that Dizigui is for you to practice, not for you to recite or tell somebody else to do it. So it's a mirror not for you to let other people look at it, but it's a mirror for you to look at yourself. So first and foremost, use the Dizigui to look at ourselves first. As we ask our children, okay, or teach our children, 父母呼应法. The next time your mom call you, hi Piapi, I need you to come over and take me to the supermarket. What would Piapi say? What would Mr. Pai say? Parents, what will you say? You will, right? Now before I would say, I'm so busy already. I'm so busy. Can you ask Sister Mei? Ask Sister Mei, take you. She got lots of time. She's a housewife. Then your mother called Mei. Mei, are your mother? I got 5 children to look after. Why don't you call Yin Yan? Yin Yan is waiting for school results. She has nothing to do. So she called Yin Yan, and Yin Yan said, Mother, I want to go to a picture with friends. Cannot pick you out. Can you call brother Tian Hui? Back and forth, back and forth. Now, maybe you have children? Your children, right? One daughter. And she listens to all this. One passing to another, And then she goes to our class and we teach your daughter, 父母不应不还. Do you think she believes that? I don't think she will believe it, but she will do it because the teachers demand them to do it. Maybe it will be dark marks, maybe it's compulsory, but all this will not go through her heart. Inside her heart, she doesn't believe it. So I had a student, he actually had a father who was like to drink a bit, and he was in the pub business. So he came home one night and drunk, and my student said, 年方少不饮酒. Actually, he was only 7 years old. He didn't know what is 年方少. He didn't know that, oh, when you are young, you shouldn't drink. He just said, 年方少不饮酒，饮酒最为丑. That if you're drunk, you look very unsightly. And the father gave him one slap. So he was brought up in that kind of environment. So I had some problems with him in the beginning. His mother brought him to bring him in, and I remember one morning, both of them were sitting there, her mother holding the Dizigui, and he did it. Just took his hand and just hit the Dizigui, and the Dizigui flew into the sky. I was too far, otherwise I would have flew in the sky and then fell. His mother looked at him helplessly. Well, it was in the public. We didn't expect her to say slap or kick or whatever. But apparently that's what she would do in the house. And both the husband and wife came in for counseling. And the wife said, my son has come to the point whereby he will stand there and say, 你打我了，你打死我了. He said, you hit me until I die. I don't care. And as we sat there, he would jump on the sofa and 缓接连没有了哦. The lines he would keep on like pulling the curtain, the blind, and then let it go, and then pull the curtain, let it go. And I had to stop them because 2 of them were just staring at him with deadly looks. I had to stop them and so on. So from these tiny little things, we have to remind, especially the father, that if you really want your son to change, you must change first. If you don't change, your son continue to have problems. In another case, another student who was a girl, her father came home drunk one night, and she said the same thing. But the father said to her, you are such a good child. You are considerate for your father's health. I will listen to you. I will not drink that much. Not stop drinking, but I will not drink that much. See, the result was totally different. So the girl was a little bit more well adjusted. Not like the little boy. The little boy is still with the Sunday school. Because we helped them. One of our teachers was very good. She called them up. She even asked her husband to counsel them because the husband was a very successful businessman. Businessmen talk to businessmen, they can talk. You are a tiny little woman, he may not listen. So as this businessman and businessmen talk, it was good, the chemistry was good. So the lesson for us, even before we demand other people to do the chapter 1, we really have to ask ourselves as parents, have we done our part? As children, have we done our part? It is not something always says, oh, I think it's good. It's like an old grandfather. He came and he learned about Dizigui, And then he went home and looked at the book of Dizigui and said, my daughter-in-law should follow this. My wife should follow this. My son should follow this. Well, everybody should follow this except he himself. So I don't want to go home. Take it this way. He Elizabeth should follow this. Mariana should follow this. Everybody else should follow this. And you yourself don't follow. You become very miserable. Some people say they were happier before Dizigui. After the new Dizigui, they become more miserable, especially Dizigui teacher. As soon as they cannot do 父母勿应还父母责去顺承, people will say, you are Dizigui teacher. You learn Dizigui. You propagate Dizigui. No, that boom. So I want to be a happy and but very deluded person. I don't want to be Dizigui anymore. No, that's the contrary. You will find that if you really can do what you teach, your life will be much happier, which is what we're going to talk about in our next lecture. How to be happy growing up with Dizigui